Hey there, welcome to the LightMail channel. Welcome to this, the career job for you. We're going to try and see what Spirit wants to say to you about the career job role that you might want to dance in. Now, this is not exhaustive. There's only 3 piles here, and there's so many kinds of careers and jobs, and I don't know what's going to come out. So, use your discretion, use your own intuition to feel into these messages and see what sparks and where it takes you. I may describe a place, like a type of environment. I may describe an actual job. Who knows? I don't know what's going to happen. But I'd say use your discretion and use this as an assistant as opposed to a final stamp of what you got to do. Use it as something to help guide your path. I wish you so much. Pile 1, 4, and 5 timestamps are in the description box below. I will see you in your pile. Bye. Hey there, pile 1. Pile 1, we are looking at the career job role. Green beans, tomatoes, potatoes. For you. I want a few cards. I'm looking for 1 or 2 cards. Ooh, that's sexy. Hello, Knight of Cups is giving. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Did not expect, and then 6 of Cups. Okay, I'm gonna take that. Who's here? The Hanged. All right. So I'm gonna say the type of career or role for you, job that might be quite aligned for you is something that involves movement. Okay, it's something that involves movement. For some of you, it could verbatim be like equestrian type person, right? Working with horses, more broadly, working with animals that move, or animals that are specifically beasts of burdens. So this could be like huskies. I think huskies were at some point transportational elephants, right? Mammoths were at some point, I think. I don't know. I watch too much fantasy. I can't tell what's real sometimes. Oh my god. I'm out here looking at a goddamn fucking mammoth creature from, what is it, 300. And I'm like, that's real, right? Listen, cows, bulls, who else is a beast of burden? Camels. I'm not sure. I think I'm using beast of burden as in a beast that has moved things, right? Like they've transported people or cargo, horses for damn sure, horsepower, literally. Okay. This could be even working with like locomotion, working in the transportation industry. I'm talking trains, planes, potatoes, tomatoes, that whole thing, like working in things that move people, or even like cargo, working with cargo, ships, working in like logistics places. So something like even truck driver, or working in a warehouse that loads trucks. Amazon is a big one. And like their network of like their logistical, and what's the other word called? Something network could be a thing. 6 of Cups, I put it out here because number 1, hey babies. Number 2, hey babies, right? There could have been something that you wanted to be as a kid. Like maybe as a kid you were a big train boy, or maybe as a kid you were a big train girl. I don't know your life. Maybe you loved Barbie, train Barbie. I don't know if they have one, but maybe there's something in that you enjoyed. Maybe you were a kid that enjoyed fashion and dressing up your dolls or G.I. Joes, and perhaps there's something in that like desire you had as a kid that can translate to an adult job, right? Yeah. So that's something I'm just going to say, something that you may have wanted as a kid, something that you may have field tripped as a kid, field tripped to as a kid, something that someone maybe gave you a toy or a thing that you enjoyed. Maybe you had an adult in your life when you were growing up that had a job that you thought was pretty cool. Maybe they were a flight attendant and you were like, whoa. Maybe as a kid you always dreamed of like living in a hotel, maybe then working in a hotel, or travel agent could, you know what I mean? Like in the travel industry, something, baby. Okay, we got 2 horses out here. You cannot tell me that this has nothing to do with some type of movement. Okay? And again, it could be with working these set move things. Being a carrier, even like a mail person, right? You could be that working for the post office. That could be something of value, working as a delivery driver. Because these two are delivering things, and this is also delivering. So it's something that you'll find passion in, something that you'll find happiness and creativity in, and something that just like feels good, right? Something that attaches to your heart. Something, I don't want to say joy. I mean, honestly, I rarely see the Knight of Cups and go, yay! It's been a minute, okay? But yeah, the Knight of Cups is joyful. This could also be like temp work, right? Around Christmas time. This could be like people that do extra things that are nice. Maybe they dress up as certain figures to bring joy. Okay. To young and old alike. Something where emotional attunement matters. And is important. That's going to be important to you. Something that's really cute and fun. Again, you could really be working with some goofy animals too, okay? The Knight of Cups' horse is the goofiest son of a gun I have ever seen in my entire life. Always and forever. He stays goof. Okay? And he eats well. So again, fashion could be something here because the Knight of Pentacles' horse. Slay. Okay, slay. Super slay. So we have counseling, coaching, mentoring, human resources with the Knight of Cups, and even the Six of Cups. We're working with children or small animals or something that's adjacent to those fields, like teaching, even social work to some degree. The Knight of Cups is someone who travels to people to assist. So you could be a travel carer, right? A travel nurse, I suppose, right? That's a caring person. And they also make decent money, I think. It depends on, I think that's, anyway. I was like thinking about a travel, it was home health, right? Like a home health practitioner, someone who delivers their services to people's homes or to people. Even maybe like some type of like movement instructor, right? Even, what was I gonna say? Like a caretaker. Being like a caretaker to the elderly, those who need help in their homes. What is that freaking called? It's not home health. It's maybe a caretaker. Yeah, I think it's called a caretaker. And that can also be pretty lucrative, especially if you sleep over at their place. Because I mean, your rent is taken care of, isn't it? No groceries, you eat what they got unless you have to buy your own. But still, right? You're almost like a 24-hour caretaker to some degree. You could be someone who needs to like mediate conflicts and the like. So it's basically like with the Knight of Cups and the Cups energies here, a lot of healing, support, nurturing of others, and allowing people to have that support. That's going to be really fulfilling for a you kind of person. And you would have the wherewithal emotionally, because the Knight of Cups is a court card, right? Like this person is skilled in emotions. They're skilled in the tongue. They're skilled in communicating their heart and certain ideas. And the Six of Cups is no fucking joke either, right? This is someone giving to a kid, but it's a kid giving to an even smaller kid. So there's a certain level of emotional intelligence that you have that would be very, very helpful in these roles that need that. And then as far as the Knight of Pentacles is, there's also that like heart and head, right? The Knight of Pentacles is about that financial stability, that financial mastery and leadership and long-term planning. So whatever this is, this role, you want it to be something that has a long-term plan and also has support, right? Because if you're in any caring field, you're going to need support to take care of your own mental health and your own, just yourself, period. So merging the two could be looking into careers that have a heart center, but also very, very practical in reality. So something where there's like a crossover between the heart and finance, business, entrepreneurship, where you start your own business as someone who does some type of caring work, real estate, even you listen to people, what they want, and you drive them, right? You deliver them to these different places. Something with strategic thinking and like even like wealth building skills is the Knight of Pentacles. So this is someone who's able to like create security, and you're creating security for other people. So maybe you're helping them find homes, again, real estate, right? But it could even be people who, I don't know, I'm getting like a lot of like people who are financially burdened or financially insecure, that like you help with your business. Like you bridge the gap between, here are resources, I will take you to resources, I am the resource in between. I don't know. But this is someone who is heart-centered but also doesn't want to be a broke, heart-centered person, right? So finding a career that honors both your heart-centeredness and also your financial stability is going to really help you ease and feed both. There's multiple ways to do this. If you're in finance or business for a company, you could aim for their social responsibility aspects of their business and work in those departments. There's so many ways to remix that. So even having your own business as a coach or consultant in some way could be helpful. A career coach, a financial coach, a business mentor, even a physical trainer, right? With this Pentacles and Knight of Cups, you're helping people and giving them the tools to succeed. And that's also with movement. There's nonprofit management, project leading, HR directors, working in the HR is definitely financial and cups. But definitely helping other people while you yourself are not starving. And you also would be, you also need to look for a job with longevity. You value longevity, or for you, like this pile, longevity is important. The Knights aren't going to be Knights forever. They're going somewhere. So this is someone who's constantly like moving, where things, there's always something happening, and these are not overwhelming Knights. This one likes to get excited a little bit. Look at his little funky horse. He gets the zoomies. This goofy ass horse, please. Stop. So you need some fun. Okay, you need something fun and something that's going to keep you entertained and challenged in the right ways. Okay. I'm getting out of here. You want something that's going to, I never noticed these people have like wings and stuff. You want something that's going to take care of your heart and your life. Practical stuff. Okay, and I'm also getting something about like 4-day work. 4-day work. Like this is something where maybe you work for 4 days and then you have 3 days off or something. Like, I don't know where I got that, but that is a message for somebody, because I was like, and I like thought that Spirit's like, babe, 4 days. Like 3-4 days work, something there. You're not working a full week. This is like, there's a certain amount of freedom that the Knight of Cups has to play and be merry. So make sure you include that in your search for your role. Okay, I wish you everything. Let me know how this goes. Let me know if you liked it. Actually, like, let me know, because makes me feel good. Keep your light on. Good luck. And if you do want more success guidance personally tailored for you, and you like getting mail that is not just bills and ads, join LightMail. The link is in the description box below, where you can get success guidance every month, delivered straight to your doorstep from me to you in spirit. I'd love to have you in there. We've also opened up to international, so that's going to be really fun. Just make sure your country has a good mailing system. If you're not sure, hit me up and we'll figure that out. All right? I wish you everything. Keep it light and good luck. Bye. Here, pile 4. Pile 4. The career job for you. like I told the previous pal, I'm only pulling a few cards because they give a lot. And we're going to see what comes up. You let me know how it resonates. Like, actually let me know how it resonates, okay? Bet. Who's at the bottom? Six of Swords? We gonna miss that. Well, Six of Swords. I feel like you do well with moving people from conflict to betterness. So this could be like someone who moves, someone who like rehomes people, someone who rehomes pets, someone who's part of like the adoption process, someone who's part of like a DCFS, protecting the vulnerable populations, someone who helps people get from where they are to where they want to be. I'm talking to coach, mentor in some type of way. Like, you're an observing person. So you could be even like law. I'm not like law's crazy here, but like law maybe. Somewhere in the law field where you're observant. Some of you being like in a secretarial role would be good, like executive assistant, administration, where you can take a lot of data and categorize it and organize it in a good way. I'm talking librarian, I'm talking bookkeeping, even accounting. Yep, that's what I'm getting. And then this Five of Wands and Page of Swords is really good. Oh, that feels so much better. I do. I feel like you're making reports on what's happening. So for some of you, even being a reporter, right? Being a blogger, and it doesn't have to be, it could be for you definitely like in conflict zones. I'm not telling you to go somewhere and just sit down, do your thing. But for some of you, it could be blogging or writing for news articles. Writing about what's happening in conflict places. This could be you also like reporting on those on social media, you having like your own channel where you discuss girl, I'll call everybody girl, but girl drama, celebrity drama. You could do that if you want, right? You could help write, those people that like break down what's going on in the spaces, and report it and crunch it down for the masses. Who's that guy? He's a guy that does that. Demiglio? I don't know his name. I know his face, but I don't know his name. He's been doing it for years and years and years. But there's a lot of people who have made a career on social reporting on the things that happen and giving their unique or unbiased take or super biased take. I don't know your life. You could be an announcer, right? A sports announcer. You could be a sports coach. You could be someone involved in sports, okay? You could be a recruiter for whatever, sports, businesses, whatever. I just don't feel like you're part of the conflict. I feel like you do something about conflict, or you do something about like data. Maybe you do collect the data, like researcher, but I feel like for the most part, you do something about the data. You do that. You could be someone who thrives in competitive places. So this is sales. I don't see Pentacles here. Who's at the bottom of the deck? No, that's like the Hermit. No, that's a Six of Swords, right? I forgot about that. Yeah, I mean, I guess, whatever. But this could be fast-paced places. The Page of Swords does not grab me as a fast-paced person, though, even though he would be, right? Like, if we're going to talk about fast, it would be the Page of Swords. But I feel like the Page of Swords is fast mentally, right? Like, the page could get a whole bunch of data and like give you a report. You could be a teacher, someone who not teaches students, but teaches a niche. Okay. You could teach people Excel. You could teach people specific skills, so niche skills. You're able to assist people in crunching down and organizing their thoughts, their data, their life, their wardrobes and closets, their homes, right? You could be super observant in a job where there's observancies needed. So even like I'm getting even like a preschool with a bunch of kids, and you can say, hey, you know what, that kid something something something. So that's like what I'm getting with like recruiter, like whether it's in sports or whatever. But yeah, the Five of Wands is definitely like lots of perspectives, lots of ideas, lots of data, where people might be competing, and you like a fast paced and challenge based industry where it's kind of giving me like Suits, right? That kind of like we're working together, but it's still competitive. I can do better than you, but we're all working on the same team. Even like Grey's Anatomy is sort of fast paced in that kind of way. Now that's how those shows are written, but those industries or some industries could still have that energy of like excitement while still honoring, well, very much honoring, in addition to your brain power and how you process what you do. This could even be someone who organizes flowers, right? You could work in a flower shop where you get a bunch of flowers and make these floral arrangements, and that's appealing to the eye because your eye is so spatially aware. You're so keen, you can notice like, oh, this tall stem and this one should be this size and this should be placed here and there, and let's add some baby's breath and some sparkles and whatever you got going on over there. You could also be even, yeah, cooking, right? Five of Wands is a bunch of data, a bunch of ingredients, putting them together, and a recipe maker. There's people who make recipes. Babe. I follow them on YouTube. They make recipes. And I was like, oh, I guess you can do that. Yeah. You could also be like a compilation maker. I don't know why I'm getting so many like social ideas, but there's people who make their channels fully on compilations. So again, startups, creative industries, industries with a lot of people or with a lot of data to process. Even like a pharmacy could be cool, since we talked about baking. A pharmacy could be cool, like a farm tech, or even, you know, at the spots, at the places, at the factories of the pharmacies. Excuse me. But I hope you're getting the vibe. It's like a place that has a lot of data to sort of like crunch down, or a lot of people to liven up the place, and it's kind of like challenging but also exciting, where you refine your skills, you get better, right? This is a page, you get better, and you get to assert yourself, and you can problem solve under pressure, and you do bring chaos, order. You bring order to the chaos, right? That whole data crunching. Again, leaning into the more data is like research assistant or researcher, a writer, someone in analysis. We've been talking about investigative work, talked about the lawyer. Being alert and adaptable. So Page of Swords could be like a security guard. Wow, how did I not say that? You could work in security, some type of law enforcement. We talked about lawyers and another field, but we didn't talk about like policing. You could be a security guard, right? Your next job could be in security if you want to look at security roles. You can, where maybe you watch the cameras, or your presence is literally felt, right? You're being seen in a uniform, and so you're, you know, keeping an eye on the stuff that needs to be kept an eye on, because you're good at sort of like being alert, or there's something about that you have, and gathering information and being able to like submit a report on what you saw, what you heard, and like you have that keen eye. So it's challenged in a really good way. I know there's like other things. Right, tech could be cool again. Analyzing policies and that type of thing, really needed. We did talk about education in a way, but I feel like it's like niche. I don't think you're necessarily teaching like everybody Just feels like niche. Like training. Yeah, training is kind of niche, right? And helping other people organize their data. So it's almost like you could even like make a company where you go to other companies as a freelancer or a contractor and say, hey, like my company, I will, you know, iron out the gaps in your industry. Because I'm so keen, I can look at your data, I can look at your stuff and like help you create a plan to like reach more people, be more streamlined in like your deliverables, that type of thing. Like I will give you the solution. Also in this pile, I'm seeing an actor, right? Page of Swords being an ever learning individual and ever changing with the wind, but someone who can perform based off of what they've observed, right? So this could be acting or some type of performance arts for some of you. And I do believe the Page of Swords is quite adaptable. Also, like maybe like baseball player, you know. Yeah, like the theater. I'm getting like specifically the theater for acting. I know an actor is literally watching this right now because the way that thought pushed forward was very much the way thoughts push forward in like personal readings. So if you're wondering what kind of acting to get into, babe, check out the theater, okay? For some of you, it could even be working in like the tech and sets of the theater. But yeah, if there's an actor watching, check out the theater. The theater might be a place where you can, yes, it's competitive. Yeah, acting is very competitive, but it'll give you the skills that will come in handy in the future. When you get famous, babe, or even when you as you're on your journey, keep in touch. Keep in touch. Listen, Luce is here for as long as Luce is here. Check out theater. That'll help hone your skills even more. Not that they're bad, but there's something that'll give you an edge there and also refine your own like mental agility and your ability to compete and like shift the energy in the room or of a role, right? It's giving like, this is a bad example, but like Adam Driver, I saw the audition for him in Girls, and that man, he knew, like, he had the role. Like, that was his role. He came and just acted, and he did. Was he even acting? He was doing himself. He was just breathing on camera, and there's no way they would not have picked him. Like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm sure other actors did well, but like he embodied the role with such, oh my god, that like he was it. Hello, please. So, I've never seen Girls, but I saw that audition tape and I was like, oh my god, is this not the show? Like, are we not doing it? I didn't even see the scripts in their hands. I think a lot of it was improv, but that's what acting in the theater will do for you. You'll be good. Like, I'm so excited for your anime come up. For some of you, it could even be like, yeah, maybe voice acting for me to say that. Maybe even with the Page of Swords, it could be artist. But listen, I'm sure there's something that has hit someone watching, and I hope those industries gave you some ideas for whatever you needed to hear. I wish you everything. Keep your light on, good luck. And if you want more success guidance that is specifically tailored to actually you, consider joining LightMail on the Patreon over at the House of Lumiere. The link is in the description box below to the Patreon. And there you get mail delivered straight to your doorstep, right? To your mailbox. That is your personalized reading on success from Spirit. That's going to be tier 2. It's going to have a name. It's going to have like a prettier name than tier 2, but that's tier 2 where you can get the success guidance. And that might assist you even further in just like navigating your success month to month. And it also, there's other readings that you get, personal readings. I'll see you there. Otherwise, I'll see you in the comments. All right, keep your light and good luck, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi. I gotta use the toilet. I'll go to use the little girl's room. Part 5. What is the job or career that spirit may want to communicate to you? I'm as mild and as meek as a mouse when I hear a command. Oh shit. I obey. I only wanted 2 cards. I didn't want 3, but we got 3. Okay, so what do you want? What do you want to be? Where no one can stand in my way, in my own little corner, in my own little chair. So you got the Temperance, the 7 of Swords, and the 10 of Wands in reverse. Now, here's the thing, right? The 7 of Swords is actually so cute. So cute. Look at his little smile. Please stop. Like, actually. So cute. Look at his little smile. He's so happy. I'm not even mad. He's so cute. He's so cute to me. Why is this so adorable? Oh my god, I feel so warm towards the 7 of Swords. Please. Dancing, acting, entertainment could be a thing for you. My guy is in a circus, ? Okay, he's got a cute little hat on that matches his boots. You ain't never seen that in the tarot. Okay? You are someone who maybe brings laughter to people through your goofiness. I'm thinking comedian, I'm thinking actor, I'm thinking singer, performer in some way. Very much giving Three Stooges, but like not really Three Stooges, just like a comedian with good physical comedy, like facial features. But even then, like facial expressions, but even then, I'm seeing a comedian that just is pretty like not that. But they just give an energetically strong performance. Love that for you. I'm really digging the 7 of Swords. I have never in my life felt this way about the 7 of Swords ever. Like, I want to take him home and just like stare at him. I don't know why. Oh my god. So do with that information what you will. What is this? The Temperance. Let's zoom out of the 7 of Swords giving me the hots. What the heck? When did that happen? Okay, I gotta look away actually. The Temperance. Wow. What does this? I need to stay. What? Why am I attracted to the 7 of Swords right now? Like, I'm really hot for teacher. What is this? Okay, I don't know who you are, what you do, what you want to do. But the energy of, like, huge crush energy I'm having on the 7 of Swords right now is unreal. So I don't know what role it is where people would see you and, like, you're prone to having people fall for you. Okay, so you're in some type of public space, perhaps, but like secret. And I think the secret here is it's not really your persona. Right? Like actors, Jake Gyllenhaal is not his characters. Okay? He's hot, very good looking. These not his characters. You see Jake Gyllenhaal in the movie versus Jake Gyllenhaal on an interview couch, that's a different person. Who else comes to mind? I don't know. But something about your real persona not really you having a persona, period. In some type of way. So as an actor, as a singer, as a presenter, as someone on social where you present a certain kind of way. That's not your whole life. Like I'm remembering this lyric from this rapper. She was a female rapper. Who was she? I forgot her name. But she said, 2 songs now in my head, female rappers. One of them, this rapper, she was talking about all these things. Of course, like rap is a certain you know, rap has certain beats to it in terms of like story beats that you're gonna talk about, especially a female rapper. Yeah, like they have their own sort of like niche things to say. And there was a VH1 interview where she was like, "Yeah, I know I talk about all these things, but I like to be home reading a book." I thought, "Oh my god." And then there's another one. That song, One Margarita. One margarita, I'ma open my legs. Two margaritas, I'ma put it in my. You know what I mean? That song, at the end of it, after singing all that, she goes, "I'm lying, I'm gonna be asleep," or something. 35, 35. That's so funny. Um, and Billie Eilish. I think she's come out saying that she knows certain rappers that sing about certain things that they're not even living. And now I'm reminded of another, like a Korean lady who does like mukbangs and like, I think I never watched her video, but she talked about Korean rap and she's like, no, don't sort of like rap about things that aren't true to you. Like that's not what rap is. Like don't rap about like women, drugs and sex. Like that's not even allowed in Korea. What are you talking about? Rap about the shit that like you actually do. Like she didn't want the rap to be a formula. That's what I mean to say, like formulaic, when it could be like rap about like some real shit. Um like use rap as the methodology, not like rap as a genre, as a genre of topic, you know? There's something here about you being in some type of industry or job. Honestly, could even be customer service. Look at that. We got here somewhere. Fucking 7 minutes later. My God. Customer service could be something that, you know, you present a certain kind of way. People may have crushes on you because your voice sounds really nice. And you're going through what you need to go through and you're not really that person, right? Um can I move on now? Yeah, I think I've talked my crush out. Whew, that was real. I felt that in my being. Temperance. You're an even-keeled person. I'm seeing someone even being like high up in C-suite roles. Okay, you're someone who's a mediator. You come in, you could be someone who consults in C-suite. You could be like a business consultant or some type of something strategic consultant. It is giving somebody who comes in as not a contractor, but yeah, I guess companies hire your companies hire you to do something for them, to bring balance to their businesses, to make it streamlined. This is definitely giving way more streamlined than the previous pile, but that's streamlined in a different way. Like you're in a role that does that. So maybe working for a company that does that, right? Working for companies that bring balance and ease to other companies could be something that is helpful. And this is almost like maybe like you're a cleaner, right? Like there's there's like some people who might be like a cleaner, someone who helps clean homes or landscaping, I guess. Um I bring this up because it feels like someone who does something that like they clean for a living, something like that, but their own home is like it needs a cleaner. That's a sort of synergy. Right, like someone who, what is a thing in your life right now that you don't do so well, but it's almost like you don't do so well at it for some of you that you can do it well for other people. You know, profit in your own home. So like you're really good at cleaning, but you don't, like your own home is a mess. You're really good at like makeup, but your own makeup is, you know what I mean? Like when you look at a makeup artist, you're kind of like, what? You showed up plain. Or you look at like hair artists or wig artists, and their hair is just like basic, but like they're what they do is just masterful. Something like that, where like maybe you even become someone who's like a dietitian or a nutritionist, but you don't look like what the dietitian and nutritionist on like YouTube look like, right? Like you look like an average sort of person, but like you know about nutrition, you know about dietitians, about diets. Yeah. All right. So yeah, mediation, diplomacy is good here with the temperance. Bringing different perspectives together for sure, and sort of like smoothing things out. So even like a builder, yeah, like a contractor. It's the same word said differently. Um, Someone who comes like, yeah, I think we talked about like landscaping and building. Someone who brings plans to bring more harmony and feng shui to the building or the body. Um, I mean, it could be medical here as well because Seven of Swords is very, very smart, very, very cerebral, smart. Okay, that's why I'm even seeing like honestly like C-suite sales, to some degree. Yeah, like you don't use this product, but you can talk it up, and you're like, shit, why don't I use this product at home? Um, so yeah, bridging gaps, helping the synergy between like people and their ideas, people and their way they want to be, what they do, and like the ease of doing it, like systems and all that. Because even with the Seven of Swords, it's also about like discretion. So your company or the company that you work for could be one that people don't know about. People don't know that people use these companies. So you could be like someone who helps YouTubers grow their audience or grow their viewership or grow their whatever, but people don't talk about this side of YouTube. They don't talk about this side of TikTok. They're the people who are, doing this and doing that. Like you could be that person or work for a company that does that, or for even bigger companies, right? Like I'm tasting some food that I have not had in so long that tastes so freaking good. A private chef and mailing food to people. I don't know. Because the Seven of Swords is like someone who solves a problem, right? You are going to be, this role is something that involves solving a problem for people and using what they have with your own masterful expertise. Okay, Seven of Swords, I am so attracted to this energy. Oh, it's so hot to me. Oh, I love big brain. Like someone who can like fix it. I just feel like someone who can fix it. And they make it look so easy. Like this role, whatever you do, like it's a job that you make it look so easy. Um, like someone could have been having a problem for so long and you just come along and like you figure it out. Right? That's why like I say even cleaner. Like someone could be having like a whole mess in their home, their garage. They don't know how to organize it. They don't know what to do with any of it, but your strategic thinking and your clever problem solving and you taking like an interesting way that you think and you fix that issue, I would fall in love with you. Like I have a risk of falling in love with someone who fixes my shit. Okay? Like what do you mean? Oh my god, I'm just supposed to walk away? What do you mean? This could be about politics as well. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Performers and public eye politicians, right? Bringing people together. I'm getting Zohan. I don't remember. I think he's running or is New York mayor. Girl, I don't know. I don't remember. But he's a very different kind of politician that we've seen take the center stage as of 2025. Right? He's saying things that are very normal but radical. Okay, like it's so crazy. So anyway, someone who's like very, you can't help but fall for someone. The more they talk, they're so charming, right? So this is the Seven of Swords energy and Temperance. Like you're bringing a solution, you're bringing peace. Ten of Wands, you're bringing ease, okay, to people and in those types of roles that do that. So, and you're doing it with like intelligence, a smile on your face, and people are just like, you walked in a normal person, and now I would like to give you my firstborn child or myself, depending on your age. Like, what's going on? You help people ease their burdens. You are like beloved, okay? And you may be a role that, I don't know, people may reject at first. So people might have like an arm's length. So it is giving a little bit of sales. But there's something here about how you talk about what you do that it does well, right? Like, again, performers, people in the public eye, politicians. You're kind of like, oh, politician. Then the more you listen to them, the more you're like, sign me up, okay? And you delegate to people. So that's why, like, this kind of role for you, this purpose, this career, kind of feels like you're either someone who runs the shit or you delegate the shit, right? Which is you delegate the stuff, or you're a cog in the wheel, okay? Which is not a bad thing. Maybe that's a bad way to say it, but you're someone who helps do this work that the company is supposed to do and provide for people, right? Like, you're a part of that machine that provides solutions. So again, like customer service, where you're part of the solution, right? Like, you're in a department where you are meant to help people find a solution to a thing and like mitigate between company and client, learning how to play that role in between of pleasing both. It's a beautiful thing. And you bring ease to people, and this feels easy to you. Okay, I do want to say that even with the Ten of Wands and like the Temperance and like Seven of Swords and you just living for this is easy for you. Okay, this is work that is like, is this even work? Because it's just like kind of a part of you. Okay, and there's something about this where it is still like, I can do it for other people, but it's difficult for me to do it for me in some way. If that doesn't fully resonate, okay, fine. But if there's something in your world that you're like, it's always easier for me to help give people like love advice or weight loss advice or like muscle gain advice or cleaning help, like little strategies, or like potion mixing, like elixir mixing. What am I doing? What am I talking about? Like, make different concoctions, different oils and essential oils to create like a bug spray or whatever, like, but you don't do it. It's almost like that there's something there that you can enter into or use for somebody. Okay, so something balanced. I feel like this is something that you can do and comes naturally fun for you. Like, it's fun. It's a sweet spot for you, and there could be some effort, but there's also like, it almost feels like this is too easy. Like, you're almost like, this is too easy. I do feel like there's probably like times when you do work quite hard, I guess. But it's like, let's say 1 week out of a month. And the rest of the time you're like, bruh, motherfuckers just giving me money. They just giving me money. Okay? Like, maybe you're a cleaner, right? Like, I'm going back to this clean. Maybe you're a cleaner and you clean the space and you're like, this is so easy. I can do it so, like, I'm so good at clean. I can just, this is not easy. What? They're paying me for this? Or maybe like you're a home chef, personal chef. You're paying me for this? I love this stuff. I had someone come to my house who's a plumber and I was like, you must explain this stuff all the time. He's like, yeah, I do. And he's like, but like, I geek out over this stuff, right? It's something that is fun anyway. It's giving hobby turned job, but it's still like very something that you do take quite seriously still. What else? Yeah, I mean, with the Seven of Swords, it's giving Libra energy, right? Like being diplomatic in how you move. So project, consulting, wellness, coaching, mediation, HR, planning, and a lot of like fair autonomy. I feel like you're just like cheating the system. Like, how do I get paid for this? How do I get paid and like venerated? Is that the thing? Like, exalted for this? I don't see no Six of Wands, but like, it's giving. Okay, there was the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So definitely someone who's like leading, right? This could be your own company, or you're someone who could work their way up to being pretty freaking good at what this is if you're not already doing it. Yeah. Because you're leading and guiding and like influencing things so much, Pop 5. That was sexy. Alright, Pop 5, I have a crush on you now, so there we go. Or on your job. I don't know what kind of job that is, but whatever it was, I'm down bad for that. Never in my life did I think the Seven of Swords would get me in my feelings. Oh my god. If you want more success, guidance that is personalized to you, personal reading, join LightMail over at the House of Lemire over on Patreon. The link is in the description box below. There we go. You get a physical mail every month delivered to your mail for the doorstep that gives you guidance on how Spirit wants you to move in your success, okay, for the highest good of you and the highest good of all, which of course is the highest good of you. So if that sounds interesting to you and you do want like this monthly message from Spirit, join tier 2 over on the Patreon. I don't know if it's gonna have a different name, but read them through and see what you like. It is open in international, but make sure your country has a good mailing system. If not, just if you're unsure, let me know and I can look up and see if I'm able to mail to that country safely, securely, so that you do get your messages, okay? Otherwise, I'll see you on the flippity flip, babe. That was a very sexy reading. I don't know how it was for you, but if I was a smoking kind of person, I would be doing that right now. All right. I keep you light and good luck, and I'll see you next time. Bye.